2016 is considered by many to be one of the best years for Roblox. Is that true? I don't know, but today I'm gonna play some dead games from that time. Do they hold up to the standards of today? And could 2016 games be better than the modern day slab Roblox games? Probably. The first game is... Elemental Battlegrounds is a first-person PvP game where players have to fight each other using different elements, such as wind, fire, and many more. And trust me, there's a ton of them. Elements can be bought with diamonds or can be obtained by fusing two already owned ones, which is actually a pretty neat feature that I haven't seen in many other games. Each element has 5 different spells, which can each be bought with shards. Each spell is unique, and while I only own a few, I can say that they're pretty fun to play with. I definitely recommend checking out the game. However, one bad thing I could say about it is that it's a little grindish. For example, the cheapest elements all cost 300 diamonds, and that takes a lot to obtain, since you only get a diamond per kill. And kills are not that easy to get, since the people that still play the game are pretty much stacked. But nonetheless, pretty fun game, and I recommend you to check it out. Blox Hunt is a hide-and-seek type game, mostly based on the Garry's Mod game mode Prop Hunt. The way the game works is that there are two teams, hiders and seekers. The hiders need to camouflage themselves as different objects around the map, and try to not look too noticeable. The seeker's role is to find all of the hiders by zapping objects before the timer runs out. Each hider that gets caught becomes a seeker. One cool mechanic that this game has, unlike other hide-and-seek games, is that the amount of zaps a seeker can use is limited. So, for example, if he zaps 10 objects and none of them are players, he just dies. This makes you more reserved with your zaps and how you use them as a seeker. For each round 1, you get coins that can be used to buy cosmetics for your character, that consist of different Roblox hats or faces, that cost Robux. The game features 15 different maps to play on, each having their unique themes and different objects to hide as. Blox Hunt is also a great example of how to not ruin a classic game, as its updates over the years have only added more cosmetic content such as colors and materials for your character, without actually tarnishing the gameplay. Also, in the latest major update, the UI was overhauled, and a cool thing is that you can switch to the old one still if you prefer it, which is something a lot of games should do. I recommend you to check out Blox Hunt if you haven't, as it has an abysmally low concurrent player count for what it should have. Also, man, since when was the obstacle course in the lobby so hard? Out of all the games I talked about in this video, I think I miss Apocalypse Rising the most, and the game had the slightest downfall out of all of them. Apocalypse Rising is an adventure survival experience where the player has to survive from zombies or other players in an open and free world. By the way, the map is huge, about 40,000 bricks, and that's a lot. You need to gather different resources scattered around the map, such as food to not die from hunger, guns to protect from other players and zombies, or even vehicle parts that can be used to repair and use the whole vehicle. This would take hours to find, but that contributed to the main appeal of it. The game used to be massive, top of the front page, but it had one issue: exploiters. YouTube was full of exploiting tutorials in Apocalypse Rising, and there were so many hackers that most public servers were unplayable. What the hackers would mostly do is teleport you to them and kill you, while they had god armor and couldn't die. And when you were killed, you lost everything in this game, and it would take hours to get good items. This would completely kill the game, to the point that at the time I'm making this video, there are only 2 people that are playing the game in public servers, and they look pretty suspicious, while the other 18 are all playing in private ones. There also exists a sequel, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel the same. It has a bigger player base though. One thing I want to say is that I recently stumbled upon Roblox YouTuber What's Original saying that he's working on a remastered version of the game, named Altered Reality. Who knows, maybe that will replicate the experience of APOC in the future. But until then, the game is completely dead. And these are all the games I planned on playing today, and at the start of the video, I asked if 2016 games are really any better than modern Roblox games. And I would like to answer that with no. I think it's just the main audience of Roblox being a lot younger than it was a few years ago, and also that slab is more prevalent in almost anything nowadays. Nonetheless, there are still good Roblox games being made, today. They're just not as popular or on the front page. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing and commenting what games I should include in my next video. And until then, see you later.